Well, this is then the saw for today. That's a Festool AT65 rail saw, track saw. But it's already an older type, it's from 2001. But it doesn't matter, it's the same principle. And that's what it goes about today. Yeah, well, this is then the result from this saw. And at a certain point, maybe a year ago, it started to burn up the wood. You see, like here, everywhere. And the saw never did that. This piece of oak. This is then a bit upstanding and this is a bit lower. So this is full of burn. And in here, it doesn't matter what kind of thing you do, there will be a little bit of burning every time. So that's here on the end of the cut, here also. And I thought, well, that was a blunt blade. But then, when I took the blade really in detail, it was very sharp. It was not blunt. And what it was, I didn't know. Yeah, now last week by coincidence, I see a video about track saws and toe-in. And yeah, I never heard about it. So I was very curious and I followed it. And now I have to go to the saw and to the table to show you what that now exactly means. And it was also with burnt wood. That's why. Well, now we are at the table. In short, what I mean by toe-in, that is this, that the front teeth, they are closer to the wood than the rear teeth in the backside. And that has to do that the teeth in the backside maybe make friction against the wood. If it's straight or it's even toed out, you know. So therefore you get all kind of burn marks. So if the blade is just slightly toed in, they call it like this, so that the back teeth, they go a little bit off the wood and the blade travels a bit diagonal through the gut, you know, like this. But that's tiny. You speak about maybe a few hundredths, sometimes a few tenths of a millimeter, it seems. And that's what I'd like to show you, how you can adjust that. Yeah, before I forget, and that's very, very important, because otherwise you can't start, these adjusters here. These are metric 6 grub screws, and you go in from this side with me, I don't know how it's with yours, and then you can tie them up. And if you do this with the plate, this, it has to be really without play. If there is play, you can't adjust, because that play is too big. It still moves. Now that's a good thing. Okay. There's no play. No. And then in the back side you must have also one. That one is without play. Now, because now the machine is totally pulled to the rail, it can't move more inside. It has to stay, if it moves it goes outside. So it only gets bigger, never smaller. But these have to be very close. Because you speak about maybe a tenth of a mil, a few hundredths. You see? Okay, now it's about that this side of the blade, the front, it stays near the wood, and the other side goes a little bit off, maybe 1/10. Well, probably every track saw has in the beginning of the saw and in the end it has two screws. One is situated in here and one is situated just outside in here. And in the back side, same thing. Okay, now we are at the back side of the saw and there you see them. I just could put a light on it. There's one. It's a bit tricky to get there. It's with this one. You see? It's number 2 or so, 20. Anyway, that goes in. And on the outside, here you have one. You see? Those you have to loosen. Also release this one, the lock for the bevel cuts. In my case, maybe not in your case, but this is connected then with the foot. So I have to. And then you see that now this is loose. Well, this you can do then with your backside. You know, it can move, and that's what you need. Well, yesterday I prepared a piece of old wood, oak, and that's yeah, I think 40-50 years old. So that's a nice piece of wood. And I gave it a cut with my track saw. So this is what it did, and I already changed it a little. And this is with a toe in of 400 of a mil. But still, there is no burns. The burns are gone. Thank God. But I still have those marks in here. Those cut marks. And the cut marks are from the back side of the saw because they go like this. The front of the saw goes like this. So it's still dragging. You see? So now instead of 400 I go for 1/10. Okay, the saw is loose, those 4 points, and now I can press the saw here with the blade against the wood. You see? So now I can tie a little bit the screw. And it doesn't move. Like this. Well, this is then the result here. And this is then with toe in of 1/10 of a mil. And I see here still slightly, maybe, if you look very good, very short ones. I don't know, I have to see it maybe with a microscope. The rest is the wood itself, and this is what it was with 400. Now, I think you can see the difference. I can go maybe to 1500 of a mil, you know, the toe in, and see what it does. But for now, I think I'm pretty satisfied. At least I'm rid of the burns. And yeah, by the way, if you go from a thicker blade to a thinner blade, your splinter guard is a little bit off, because yeah, the blade is thinner. Now you have to remember that. Well, to wrap it up, the goal of this video was to show you burn marks. Yeah, that doesn't have to be a blunt blade, you know. It can be something totally different. I never had heard of it. So yeah, I hope that it helps you too. I don't know. And anyway, I'd like to thank you for watching, and maybe till the next time. Bye bye.